Today's topic is about balancing a chemical equation and steps in balancing a chemical reactions. Now first we have to see how to balancing a chemical equation. So here we have to going to discuss what is the balance equation and what is the unbalanced equation. Now first see this reaction. What is the reaction here? AgNO3 aqueous plus NaCl aqueous is what given AgCl plus NaNO3. This is the one reactions. Now before arrow, this is the what left hand side and this one is the what right hand side. Now come to this table. So write down like the element and then write down left hand side and the next column take the right hand side. Now see first, this is the balance equation or unbalanced equation. So what to do it? See the left hand side. Now Ag is a how many elements are there? There is a 1. So write here 1. N how many N is there? Again here is a 1. Now oxygen is a how many oxygen here? 3. And the Na is a how many? 1. Chlorine is a 1. So left hand side we got the number of atoms. Similarly we have to write the right hand side of number of atoms. Ag is a how many? 1. Again N value is a 1. Oxygen is a there are the 3 and the Na is a 1 and the last chlorine is a how many? 1. So like this way this equation is known as a what? Balance equation. The number of atoms of the elements in the reactants in this equation is the same as the number of atoms of those elements in the products. Such reactions or such equation is called the balance equation. And next, what is the unbalanced equation? If the number of atoms of each element is not the same on the two sides of the equation, then it is called an unbalanced equation. Now here, if the total mass of each of elements is the reactant is the same as the total mass of each of a representative or respective elements in the product, so we have to say what? Balanced chemical equation. Now here we are going to look steps in a balancing chemical reactions. This one is a very important. It is asked in your exam. So which point, which step we have to keep it in our mind for balancing a chemical equation. So a chemical equation is a balance by step. So what we have to go step by step. And the one method here we have to follow, that is a what? Trial and error method. So trial and error method means what? For the balancing, if you are writing sometimes number of atoms is wrong, then again we have to, that one is the balance, that is known as a what? Trial and error method. Now first reactions is given what here? See, sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid, what give? Sodium sulfate plus water. So what to do it? What is the first step? First write the chemical equation from the given word equation. So from the word equation first write down the chemical equation. Now come to the sodium hydroxide, we have to write NaOH plus sulfuric acid, what to write? H2SO4, put the arrow, then sodium sulfate, what to write? Na2SO4 plus water H2O. This is the first step. Now come to the second step. What to do it here? Now in the second step, check whether the equation is a balance or not by comparing the number of atoms of the various elements present on the two sides of the equation. So here what we have to do it? In the reactions we have to check left hand side and the right hand side number of atom. Now see the first left hand side. Na is how many atoms are there? That is 1. Na is a 1. Oxygen is a how many? 1, 4, that is a 5. Hydrogen how many? 3. And sulfur is a how many? 1. Now come to the right hand side. In the right hand side, how many atoms of Na? That is a 2. Oxygen 5. Hydrogen is a 2. Sulfur is a 1. Now compare. Now sodium in the left hand side 1. Here is the right hand side 2. Oxygen is a 5 and here right hand side again 5. Hydrogen is a 3. Here is a 2. And the sulfur 1 and 1. Now look here. Sodium, that is a Na is a not a balance, as well as what? Hydrogen. So here required what? We have to see this equation is a what? Unbalanced equation. So what we have to do it? We have to balance it. For balancing of the equation, it is a convenient to start the balancing equation from the compound which contains the maximum number of atoms. Moreover, it is a convenient to first consider that element in this compound which has unequal number of atoms on the two sides. Now here see the first sodium. Sodium here is a what? How many? 2. Left hand side is a 1. So what we have to do it? Sodium multiplied by 2 left hand side. So what we will get? Equation 2 NaOH and plus H2SO4 arrow Na2SO4 plus H2O. So write down the final balance equation again. Now 2NaOH plus H2SO4 plus, that is indicate the arrow, that is a Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. So this one, now we have to again check number of atoms of the all the elements, that is the left hand side as well as what? Right hand side. Now see, sodium how many? 2 and 2. Oxygen how many? 6 and 5. Hydrogen is a what? 4 and 2. Sulfur is a how many? 1 and 1. Again what we have to do it? We try to balance the equation. So what to do it? In the water we have to multiply it by 2. So what we will get the equation? 2NaOH plus H2SO4 arrow Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. Again we have to what? Check the number of atoms of a left hand side as well as right hand side. If you are checking again, so what we got? There are the number of atoms left hand side is equal to number of atoms right hand side. So this way we have to write the balance equation and finally write down the final balance equation. That is a what? 2NaOH plus H2SO4 arrow Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. Now in a chemical reactions, reactants get converted into new substances called the product. So whatever a reactant, it will converted in the new form, that is known as a what? Product. Some chemical bonds in the reactants break up and some new chemical bonds are formed. So this way we have to, this is the steps in balancing a chemical reactions. Now thank you very much.